Hello, friends, and a very good evening to all of you, and welcome once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Gaurav Gupta, and I welcome all of you in this series of sessions that we are conducting for all the aspirants for MHCET Law 2024 examination. And in this series, we are discussing 100 most expected questions for maths section. This is part number 2. So I welcome all of you in this subsequent part of this series of sessions that is specially designed for all the students who have probably who would have already finished their program, like who finished their course. They would know all the basics, they would know all the fundamentals, and they are attending these sessions just to have a quick revision of all the topics that are there in maths. So friends, welcome all of you. Now friends, in this session we'll be solving some questions which are based on the questions which have already appeared in the previous year paper of MHCET law examination. And these questions, the topics that we'll be discussing, these questions will carry a good amount of weightage, and like similar concepts have been asked again and again in your examination. Now we'll be solving these questions one by one. So I'll be showing all these questions one by one, and I'll be giving you somewhere around 1.5 minutes for every question. After which we'll have a discussion. We'll look at the solution of each of these questions, and then we'll keep on moving to the next questions. All right. So friends, all of you be ready with your pen and one sheet of paper. I believe one sheet of paper will be more than enough to solve all the questions that we are going to cover in today's session. All right. So friends, let's begin with this session. The first question will appear on your screen in a few moments. All of you be ready. All right. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all of you. Okay. So all of you be ready. The first question on your screen now. Read this question carefully, find out the answer and tell me, like you can post your answer in the chat box. All right. Now, the level of difficulty of these questions will match the actual level of difficulty of the questions that you will be seeing in your examination. I've kept the level of difficulty slightly above, okay, not very high, just to give you an actual feel of the examination, okay. So try to solve these questions. I'll be giving you somewhere around 1 minute as will decide the time limit as per the question. So for this one, 1 minute should be enough. All right, so let's look at this one. It says in a regular polygon, the number of diagonals is thrice the number of sides. Find the number of diagonals. Now, the formula for number of diagonals you must know. Otherwise, you should also know how to calculate it. All right. So if you know the formula for finding the number of diagonals, it will be very easy. It will be very fast for you to get the answer of this question. Okay. So if you don't know, please note down this formula and try to remember it the next time. And the formula for finding the number of diagonals in a polygon, in a regular polygon, is n into n minus 3 divided by 2, where n is the number of sides. Okay, so number of diagonals n into n minus 3 divided by 2. Now this is given as the number of diagonals is thrice the number of sides, so it is equal to 3n. Okay, so now you have an equation. This equation is in terms of n. You can find out the value of n after solving this. Okay, now n will get cancelled from both sides, so you will have n minus 3 is equal to 6. The value of n is equal to 9. All right. Now don't be carried forward in such type of questions. Now here we have got the value of n as 9, and you will see one of the options as 9. And generally this is one basic mistake, very common mistake that students tend to commit. Okay, so you have already got the value of n as 9. You will see in the options, you will be tempted to mark this option as an answer. But take a pause. Once you are done solving any question, like before marking your answer, always go back and read the last line of the question. Now, the last line of question is asking about the number of diagonals, not the number of sides. Now, here n is the number of sides, and we'll have to find out the number of diagonals. So, we'll put this value of n in the formula for number of diagonals and write it once again, n into n minus 3 upon 2. So, it will be 9 into 6 divided by 2, that is 27. So, 27, that is option D, will be the correct answer of this question. Okay. हैरी पॉटर यू आर आस्किंग रजिस्ट्रेशन कहाँ करना है एमएचसीटी के लिए एलएलबी के लिए ओके सो you'll have to visit the official website of CET okay so just type on Google official website of CET and it will take you to the link for the registration okay the correct answer for first question is option D that is 27 let's move on to the next question. Now, question number 2, it says, Mr. S has some cats and some birds. Now, in total, he has 10 pets and they have a total of 24 legs. So, the number of pets in total is 10 and the total number of legs that these pets have is 24. So, the question is, how many cats does he have? Chidambar Prasad, this session will be available in the recorded format on the YouTube. So if you want to look at the explanation of any question once again, you can always go back and look at the explanation. If you have confusion in specific point, then I can discuss that point. But if you want me to repeat the entire question, if you have missed something, if you have joined in late, so you can always have a look at the recording of this session. In case you have any doubt in any particular point, you can write it. I'll explain it once again. All right. Any answer for this one? Now, whenever such question comes in front of you, you will have to assume that the cats will have normal number of legs. Okay, so 4 legs cat will have and bird will have 2 legs. So we don't have any defective animal or animal with lesser number of legs. Okay, so you'll have to go like what usually happens, right? Now, if I assume the number of cats as X and the number of birds as Y, so total number of pets that he has is 10. So you are given that X plus Y is equal to 10. This is the first equation. The total number of legs, every cat will have 4 legs, so 4x plus every bird will have 2 legs, so 2y is equal to 24. Okay. Now the first equation is x plus y equal to 10. I'll write it as it is. And from second equation, I can take 2 common from both the sides. It will become 2x plus y is equal to 12. Okay. Now first equation, second equation, what I'll do is I'll subtract first equation from second equation. Okay. So second equation minus the first equation, 2x minus x will be x. Y minus y, it will get cancelled out and 12 minus 10 is 2. So the value of x comes out to be 2. Now, what was x? X was the number of cats. We have to find out the number of cats. So the correct answer, yes, we can quickly mark option B as the correct answer. Okay, so for question number 2, option B, that is 2 is the correct answer. And let's move ahead and look at question number 3. Question number 3. The ratio of the first number to the second number is 4 is to 5. The ratio of the second to third number is 2 is to 7. The ratio of the third number to the fourth number is 5 is to 9, whereas the ratio of fourth to fifth is 7 is to 9. Right? Now, if the sum of the five numbers is given as 788, then find the sum of third and fifth number. Now, this particular question can be so a small part of this question can be used in plenty of questions. So here you are given four ratios and you'll have to merge these ratios. You have to find the compounded ratio. Any answer? Let's understand the quickest way of handling this type of question. Okay. So first of all, I have to find the combined ratio of A, B, C, D, and E. So five numbers are given. These ratios are given. Okay. So we'll have to merge these ratios. So look at the first ratio. Look at B. So B is common in the first ratios, and these are the values. In the first case, it is 5. In the second case, it is 2. So multiply the first ratio by 2 and multiply second ratio by 5. So first ratio will become 8 is to 10 and second ratio will become 10 is to 35. Okay. Now look at second and third ratio. In the second ratio, I have 35. In the third ratio, I have 5 at the place for C. Okay. So multiplying the third ratio by 7 will make the part of C common. So multiply third ratio by 7, it will become 35 is to 9 into 7 is 63. Okay, right? Now look at third ratio and the fourth ratio and the value of B. So here I have 63 and here I have 7. Now which number should I multiply by 7 to make it 63? I can multiply it by 9. So last ratio when multiplied by 9 will give me 63 is to 81. Alright. So now you can observe that B common hai, the value is 10, C 35 and D 63. So now this ratio can be merged and you can say that the ratio of A, B, C, D, E is 8 is to 10 is to 35 is to 63 is to 81. Right? Now the sum of these numbers is given as 788. So I'll assume A, B, C, D, E, the values as 8x, 10x. So I'll write them 8x, 10x, 35x, 63x, and 81x. The sum of these values is given as 788. Now simplify this equation and get the value of x. Once you will get the value of x, you will get the values of all these numbers. So get the value of x. So on the left hand side, I can solve 18 and 35 is 53 and 63 116 and 81 176 177 177x We'll check the calculations, is equal to 788. All right, so 18 and 35, 53, 116, 117, 117, 197 होना चाहिए यहाँ पे 197x is equal to 788. From here I'll get the value of x as 4. So 197x is equal to 788, getting the value of x as 4. Now what they are asking, they want the sum of third and fifth number. Now third number is 35x, fifth number is 81x. Adding these two, so 116x should be the answer. Okay, 35x plus 81x will be 116x. Substituting the value of x as 4, so 116 multiplied by 4, that is 464. So 464, option D will be the correct answer of question number 3. All right, okay. Simple question, though it was a lengthy question, but you must understand this process because part of this question can be used in some questions of mathematics in CLAT examination, in MHCET Law examination, right? Okay. Now moving on, looking at question number 4. Now question number 4 is, Manoj went for a long drive in his car. Now he covered the total distance of the trip with an average speed of 33 km per hour. So in that trip, the average came out to be 33 km per hour. Now, if we look at the different parts of his journey, he covered 27.27 percentage of the distance at 24 km per hour and 44.44 percentage of the distance at 44 km per hour. Find the average speed for the remaining distance. A tricky question, but you can use some shortcut techniques that I'll be discussing with you to get the answer of this question in a much faster way. Yes, any answer for this? Okay. Now all of you focus on the way I'll be solving this question. Okay. Now a few prerequisites that are required to know the fractional equivalent of these two percentages, 27.27 and 44.44. Let's discuss them. 9.09 multiplied by 3 comes out to be 27.27. Okay. Now 9.09 percentage is 1 upon 11. So 1 upon 11 multiplied by 3 will be 3 upon 11. Now similarly, 11.11 multiply 4 will be 44.44, right? Now 11.11 is 1 by 9. When multiplied by 4 will be 4 by 9. Okay. So he covered 3 by 11 of the distance at some speed and then 4 by 9 of the distance at some other speed. And now we'll have to find out what is the remaining distance, right? Okay. So if I'll calculate the remaining distance, the fraction of the remaining distance, it will look like this. Okay. So if I take 99 as the LCM, so 99 minus 27 minus 44. Okay. Now this value will come out to be 99 minus 60, 71, 28 upon 99, right? Okay. So if I will assume the total distance as 99, right? Now 3 by 11. Now this distance 3 by 11, this fraction can be written as If I'll multiply both numerator and denominator by 9, so it will become 27 upon 99. This is the first part of the distance. Then 4 by 9 can be written as 44 upon 99, right? And the remaining distance is 28 upon 99, right? So these are the fractions, right? So if I'll assume the total distance as 99, okay, then the first part of the journey will be 27 kilometers long, second part will be 44 kilometers long, and the third part will be 28 kilometers long, right? Simple as that. Okay, so just one small assumption will make your entire solution look very easy, right? Now let's make an equation. Now he covered the entire distance, the total distance, with an average speed of 33. So total distance is 99 divided by the average speed, which is 33, will give me the total time of travel. Okay, this is the total time of travel. Now this should be equal to the sum of the time taken in these three separate journeys. I've divided the entire journey in three parts. So total time taken should be equal to the sum of the time taken for each of these three journeys. Now the first journey is 27 kilometers long. When divided by 24, so 27, so this much is covered at a speed of 24. Okay, so 27 upon 24 plus the time taken for second journey is 44 kilometer long. Now 44 kilometer long at speed of 44 kilometer per hour, plus the remaining part of the journey will be 28 kilometers. Let's say it is traveled at a speed of x, right? Okay, so now let's simplify. On the left hand side, it will be 3 is equal to 27 upon 24 can be written as 9 by 8 plus 44 upon 44 is 1 plus 28 upon x. So now 28 upon x will be equal to 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 minus 9 by 8 will be 7 by 8. So from here the value of x comes out to be 8 into 4, that is 32. Okay, so he traveled the remaining part, the last part of the journey at an average speed of 32 kilometers per hour. The correct answer will be option C. Okay, so like I told you that the concepts that we are covering, they will help you in revising all the things, right? You may not see the questions at such a higher level of difficulty, okay? Slightly lower level of difficulty, but these concepts will be used everywhere, okay? So the correct answer here is 32, that is option C. Let's move on and look at question number 5. Now question number 5, the time you will take to read this question will be the time you will take to answer this question. The answer is hidden in the question itself. So carefully read it and quickly give me an answer of this one. Now it says for a set of observations, the number of observations is equal to the average of those observations. Okay, for a set of observations, the number of observations is equal to the average of those observations. If one of those observations is excluded, then the average remains same. Okay. Now, if the number of observations is n, then what was the value of the observation that was omitted? Now, basic law of averages will be required. If you know that, you can straight away mark an answer. Or you can frame equations and get the answer as well. So I'll give you a very simple, straightforward method by making equations, by making some relations. So for a set of observations, the number of observations, let's say it is n. Now, this number of observation is equal to the average of those observations. So number of observations, if it is n, and average of observations is also same as that. So what will be the sum? We know that average is equal to sum divided by the number of terms. Okay. So here sum of these terms will be average into the number of terms. Okay. Right. Now average here is n and the number of terms is also n. So the sum of all these terms will be n squared. Okay. Now one of the observations is excluded now. So let's say the observation that is excluded is x. Okay. So from the sum, now the new sum will become, after the exclusion, the new sum will become n square minus x. Okay. Now the new number of terms will become new number of terms will become, so earlier the number of terms was n, now the number of terms is n minus 1, right? Okay. So now the average of these remaining terms is the same. So it is equal to the original sum, right? So average, that is a sum n square minus x divided by the number of terms, is equal to the original average that was, is equal to n. Now doing cross multiplication, n square minus x is equal to n square minus n. N square will get cancelled and you can say that the value of x will be equal to n. That's it. Okay. So the number of observation was n. So here the value that was omitted was also equal to n. Option A will be the correct answer of this question. Okay. Moving on to next question, question number 6. Again, a question which is based on a basic principle of time work. All right. Let's have a look at this one. Two pipes A and B can fill water in 8 days and 12 days. Now, as soon as you see this type of information, start by assuming the total number of work, total units of work. So if I'll assume total work, it should be a number which is completely divisible by these two numbers, 8 and 10. So I can assume it as 24. So A's 1 day work will be 24 upon 8, that is 3, and B's 1 day work will be 24 upon 12, that is 2. So these are 1 day work of each of them. 1 day work of A is 3, 1 day work of B is 2. Now question is find the number of days taken to fill 3/4 of the tank. So now the work is 3/4, 3/4 of 24. So the work is now 3/4 of 24, that is 18 units. So now we'll have to finish 18 units of work, right? If these taps are opened alternately for 2 days each, starting with pipe B. So first of all, I'll open pipe B for 2 days, then pipe A for 2 days, then pipe B for 2 days, and so on. So in the first 2 days, pipe B will finish 2 into 2, that is 4 units of work. In the next 2 days, pipe A will finish 3 into 2, that is 6 units of work, or 3 plus 3. Then in the next 2 days, again B will work and will finish 4 units of work. 6 and 4, 10, and 4, 14. 14 units of work is done. Now it's the turn of A. A will work for 2 days. If A will work for 2 days entirely, it can finish another 6 units, but the work will exceed. So A will work for first of all 1 day, will finish 3 units of work. So now in total of 7 days, a total of 17 units of work has been done, right? Now still it's the turn of A. Only 1 unit of work is left. Okay, so A can finish 3 units of work in 1 day, but A has to do only 1 unit. So for doing 1 unit, A will take 1/3 of the day. All right, already 7 days were taken, another 1/3. So the correct answer should be 7 1/3 total number of days. Okay, so this work, 3/4 of the total work will be finished in 7 1/3 days if B and A will work alternately for 2 days each. So the correct answer is option B, that is 7 1/3. Right? Moving on to question number 7. Question number 7, question on the concept of upstreams and downstreams, boats and streams from time, speed, and distance. Now, current takes 2 hours more to row upstream than downstream in a river for a round trip of 16 kilometers on both sides. Okay, so current will go upstream and will come downstream. So time taken upstream, obviously it will be higher. And they are saying that time taken upstream is 2 hours more than time taken downstream. Reasonable. Done. They have also given the speed of river. Okay, so the speed of river, the speed of stream is 2 km per hour. Great. Now we'll have to find the time required to go on a round trip of 27 kilometers on both sides if the speed of the current increases to 3 km per hour. Okay, so leave the last portion what they are asking. Using the first given part, you will have to find out the speed of boat in still water. Okay, now here, speed upstream you can assume as x minus 2. Speed upstream is basically the speed of boat in still water minus the speed of stream. I repeat, upstream speed is the speed of boat in still water minus the speed of stream. So here, speed upstream will be x minus 2 and speed downstream will be x plus 2. Okay, now, the distance to be covered is 16 km per hour. So, time taken upstream will be distance upon speed. Time taken downstream will be again distance upon the speed. Now, here, time taken upstream is more than time taken downstream. So, I'll take the difference by 2. Okay, right? This is given to us. Done. Now, here we can take LCM on the left hand side, do cross multiplication, get a quadratic in x and find the value of x. It will take you at least 30 seconds to 1 minute. Fine. Otherwise, what you can directly do here is you can substitute the values of x. Now, generally, you can take the values of x such that here the numerator is completely divisible by denominator, right? In both cases, then only you will get an integral value on the right hand side. Logically सोचो, ठीक है? So थोड़ा सा hit and trial करने की कोशिश करो. Just try to do a little bit of hit and trial so that you will get the solution easier. So putting the value of x, let's say as 8. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 16 not divisible by 6. Leave that value for the time being. Okay. X as 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 16 is divisible by 8. But on the other side, 10 plus 2 is 12. 16 not divisible by 12. Fraction value. Leave that. X को 6 put करो. 6 minus 2 is 4. So 16 upon 4 is 4 minus. If x is 6, then 6 plus 2 is 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. 4 minus 2 is matching the right hand side. So you can say that the value of x should be equal to 6. So the speed of boat in still water is equal to 6. Done? Now for the second part of the question. Now, second part of the question, speed of boat in still water is 6 and speed of current is given as 3. Okay. Now, time taken upstream will be equal to distance upon Speed upstream, that will be 6 minus 3, which is 3. 9 hours. Time taken downstream will be distance upon speed. Speed downstream will be x plus y, that is 6 plus 3, 9. So 27 upon 9 is 3. 9 hours taken upstream, 3 hours taken downstream. They want find the time required to go round trip. Fine. So 9 plus 3, the answer will be 12 hours. So 12 hours, option C will be the correct answer of this question. All right. So that was question number 7. Let's quickly move on to the last question of the day, question number 8. Now, a question on the mensuration. A spherical ball of radius r is dropped into a cylinder of base radius r. So radius of cylinder and radius of sphere are same, filled with water such that the ball fits exactly inside it and touches its top and bottom. So already the radius are same. I can say that the height of the cylinder is twice the radius of sphere. Then only the ball, the spherical ball, can touch the top and the bottom of the cylinder. Wonderful. Find the percentage of volume of the cylinder which is not occupied by the ball. What percentage of the volume of cylinder is not occupied by the ball? So if you want to find out the volume which is not occupied, that will be volume of cylinder minus the volume of spherical ball. Simple. Okay, so let's do it. Now volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So here pi r square. The height of the cylinder is twice the radius of the ball. So 2r minus volume of sphere, that is 4 upon 3 pi r cube. What percentage of the volume of cylinder? So divided by the volume of cylinder, pi r square into 2r multiplied by 100. This should be the answer. Now from numerator and denominator, pi r cube will get cancelled. So it will look like 2 minus 4 by 3 divided by 2 into 100. Now 2 minus 4 by 3 will be 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 upon 2 into 100, that is 1 upon 3 into 100, and the answer will be 33.33 percentage. So 33.33, one third of the volume will not be occupied by the ball. So the correct answer is option C for question number 8. Right? So friends, that's all from my side for the day. Now some important information for all the aspirants for different law entrance examinations. So you can register now for CLAT scholarship test to get up to 90% scholarship on our preparation programs. The scholarship test, it was conducted today, yes, 18th of February, but it will again be conducted. So please keep an eye on that. To register for this, you will have to visit our application. Also, time management tips for CLAT and board examinations. Register for this session, which will be taken by Nivedita ma'am on 25th of February at 6 p.m. Kickstart your OLED preps. Talk to a counselor by clicking this button, Talk to a counselor, on our application homepage. Also get started for CLAT 2025, Stay Early, Stay Ahead. So CLAT 2025 UG comprehensive course, which includes all these things which are given on your screen, including live hours, recorded videos, mock papers, topic-wise practice questions, sectional practice tests, study material, everything will be included. So to enroll for this program, you can talk to our counselor at the given number, which is there at the bottom of the screen. Also, put your OLED preparation to the test using the most affordable test series. So you can buy this test series by visiting our application. So this is Law 2024 UG test series, which includes 25 CLAT mocks, 15 IELTS mocks, 15 OLED mocks, other law entrance tests. Okay, and there will be unlimited access to all these mock tests, right? So you can buy this test series. You can also, if you have any doubts, you can talk to your counselor at the given number. So friends, thank you very much for being a